Well, good, maybe not great, but good. And you know what? Certainly funny, because Arsenal and Manchester United are out of the cup. Arsenal getting touched up by West Ham 3-1. Now, United haven't finished at time of recording, but they're 3-0 down at home. It's really bad for them, isn't it? It's really bad for Manchester United, that, isn't it? But let's be fair, Newcastle are a formidable opponent, certainly a lot more difficult to navigate than Blackburn Rovers, both at home of course, but Arsenal shipping 3 goals to West Ham and again scoring a consolation goal in the 96th minute. And I'm feeling good. Welcome to your complete breakdown of Chelsea de Blackburn nil points. Just on this, right? So Liverpool look like they're going to beat Bournemouth. Again, at time of recording, I'm not entirely sure. But let's think about this. Liverpool will probably be favourite to win the cup. And then Newcastle. And dare I say, Chelsea. Third favourites? What we know. And probably won't have to... Well, you won't have to play both of them. So, I'm feeling pretty good. If you're feeling good, drop a like on the video. I don't want to believe too early, but maybe we can be good again. Yes, quick reminder to please do drop a like, but subscribe. And those of you who are subscribed, which is probably most of my viewers, make sure you turn the bell on, because a lot of people don't get notified. I was looking at the stats on the back end, under the hood of YouTube, and a few of you have all notifications turned on, so I would appreciate greatly if you turn them on when you subscribe. Thank you. Right, Chelsea played Blackburn at home in the cup this evening. We played a 4-3-3/4-2-3-1 hybrid. I don't really mind so much. You could play a 4-2-3-1 at times if you are playing Blackburn at home. First of all, shout out to Blackburn. They want to play football. I said in my preview that they score 70% of their goals, just build up and open play, not counter-attacking, not set piece goals. So they do want to play, and they did want to play here. There was a lot of pressing out of the ball, and they deserve a great deal of credit for that, especially coming to Stamford Bridge and playing like that. I know sometimes it serves them, sometimes it doesn't. Very risky to come and play Chelsea that way, but I'm pleased they did. So thanks for that, guys. I didn't want to see another back 5 low block encounter Brentford horror show, although we will eventually need to learn how to deal with that opposition. Pochettino went with this lineup, and rather shockingly, we saw Rob Sanchez in goal. Spoiler, well, you almost certainly watched this game. Pochettino went with a probably 80% or 75% strongest lineup. And, well, maybe, of course, you could talk about Chilwell and Nkunku coming back, but, he played a pretty darn strong team. He played Sanchez in goal. This really frustrated me. We've all been wanting to see Georgia Petrovic, but I guess, fine, this is the only competition, really, we've got the best chance of winning. Pochettino's just taking it really seriously. He's probably looking at the Prem going, oh my God, we've got work to do, and we'll try and do that work, but we've just got to take this so seriously. And he did. So he played Sanchez in goal. He played Captain Reece James at right back, but that was already confirmed by the gaffer that he would start. Of course, Cucurella. I pretty much nailed this. I nailed the back 4. I believe in my pre-match predictions. I said Cucurella left back, Reece James right back. And I said the French-Monaco centre-back partnership debuting together for the first time in Disasi and Benoit Badiashile. Hey! Who knew somewhere in my little cranium I have some ball knowledge, or perhaps just got lucky. And we saw Big Leslie, as they call them at Cobham, Leslie Ugochukwu, starting in the pivot, which I had as well. And I think I completely nailed it in terms of the midfield. I think I had Conor Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez as well, because Enzo was rested last time out. I really think I did, actually. The front 3, I didn't get right. It was very strong. It was Nico Jackson being flanked by Sterling and Palmer. So I think I actually got the back 4 and the midfield 3 right, which is pretty strong. But yeah, very strong with the goalkeeper and front line with Nico Jackson. More on him in a moment. And, of course, being flanked by Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling. Learn to speak English, Jan. All right, as you can imagine, we dominated in a lot of metrics. We had over 65% possession, 21 shots to their 6. We had 92% pass success rate, 14 dribbles to their 4. And then, yeah, the other stats are pretty even. In the 30th minute, Benoit Badiashile, on his first start of the season after returning from injury, a peculiar injury that we never really ascertained what's going on with in pre-season, but he's popped up, he started. It's such a Chelsea, this iteration, this manifestation of Chelsea, so weird for a multitude of reasons, not least that we've just got Monaco's centre-back partnership, like, you know, Monaco are okay, but like, why we got their centre backs? Like I don't know. Like, we were like at times looking at. I know Koulibaly was sort of not a flop, but it didn't really work. But we were looking at, you know, Gvardiol and Koulibaly, and he's like elite superstar. And you know, Wesley. You know, I'm a Wesley Fofana super fan. He cost 70 million, lest we forget. Like, these kind of centre backs, but like, you know, before long we might just see, you know, Cole will return to left back, and this French partnership continue. Look, the benefit is they know each other really, really well, Disasi and Badiashile, in a team of young players who, let's be honest, don't know each other. They're just all trying to find each other's movements and stuff. So if you can have two centre-backs that have such great chemistry and know each other very well, friggin' play them, bro. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so Benoit getting the opening goal, assist Cole Palmer, who was excellent on the day, more on him. We see 60-minute changes, we see Reece James come off, understandably, first start since injury. Benoit Badiashile, the aforementioned, coming off. Gusto and Cole will come on, very, very strong. Gusto does have a lot of leg strapping, which shows you why Disasi started as right back against Brentford, which was a massively wrong decision. I would have just played Gusto and strapping. But yes, Gusto looked very good actually when he came on, doing all kinds of chops with left foot, right foot, looking very dynamic. He is a great young player, Malo Gusto. Lots of changes from Blackburn. Sorry, I just realised there that the assist wasn't from Cole Palmer for Benoit Badiashile. That was for, of course, the Raheem Sterling goal. In the 59th minute, we probably should have scored another goal. We were good value for 3 or 4 goals, but ultimately we make more changes. We see Caicedo come on for Nico, moving Palmer up top, and then we get Palmer, Fernandes off, and Madueke, and Alex Matos makes his second appearance for Chelsea's first team under Pochettino. Look, in the pot, that's the main thing, and a couple of big guns. Manchester United aren't a big gun anymore, are they? It's just funny laughing at their elimination going through. Let's talk about player performances. Sanchez looked good, maybe, but he looked okay recently anyway. Even in the 2-0 loss against Brentford, he looked fine. So maybe, I didn't think he needed a confidence booster, but he was fine today. Continuity, maybe Pochettino's just thinking, look, Petrovic, bro, in another scenario, if we had, like, you know, dead rubber friggin' Champions League group games, or in this game if we are flying high in the league and some of the players out there are in really good form, maybe he's just thinking, I just can't afford to, like, you know, rotate important positions. Maybe. And so Sanchez started. Sanchez was pretty good. I think the centre-backs were good. Disasi has really impressed me, actually, and that's good because he's fluctuated, really. He should never play right back again. He was terrible against Brentford, but he started okay, went off the ball, Disasi, became good again, and then was randomly friggin' farmed out to right back where he played really badly. But he played really well here. Badiashile also looks good. Obviously, scored that goal. It was a proper, like, snooker goal. I like that. Keep it that low on the ground, drive it. And Cucurella was good as well. He's not excellent, Cucurella, but he's kind of given me at the moment, like Azpilicueta level performances. Granted, more chaotic than Azpi. Azpi was kind of sensible and understated. But, you know, like good Azpilicueta when he'd just always be like 7 out of 10s. Cucurella, and on both sides, Cucurella is kind of offering that level of performance at the moment, but with a bit more of a chaotic style. And like Azpi, he's Spanish and can play on both sides. He costs a lot more money than Azpilicueta, but that's by the by at the moment. The midfield, Leslie Ugochukwu, I'm a massive fan. What a signing. What a good value signing for a young teenager. I said it before earlier in the season. I know we're still kind of early in the season, but I said you bring in Ugochukwu and you don't feel like, oh my God, we need Caicedo. You feel like, yeah, we've got a good CDM in there. And he proves that yet again. In this formation, in this approach, in this game, he would sometimes drop and split the centre-backs, making a back three, which you used to see a lot in Pochettino's team. Certainly Eric Dyer used to do it a lot in Tottenham. We saw it a couple of times. We also saw Enzo do it a couple of times. Ugochukwu, very, very good indeed. Enzo Fernandez's numbers in this game were very, very strong. Now, he looked really annoyed when he came off, Enzo, because I think he just wants a goal. I think he feels like this is an opportunity for him to have a goal. He took 3 shots. They weren't very good ones. But, he made 6 tackles. His pass success rate was not over 93%. He made some good creative passes in this game. Enzo had really strong individual stats. He looked pissed off when he came off. I think he just wanted a goal. But yes, he was good, ultimately. Conor Gallagher, good as well. And he is clearly so trusted by the manager because he's the player that Pochettino always asks over. He always gets Gallagher over and says, I need you to do this. And he moved him to left wing towards the end. Of course, he rotates a lot with Cole Palmer, yet he trusts him as a sort of almost CDM. He's a very... he's kind of... Bless Conor Gallagher, because I know a few people that have met him, and he's this really sweet lad, but he doesn't come across as the sharpest knife in the drawer. I mean that affectionately, but... And he's one of these people with just really high football intelligence that you can just tell what you want them to do and they will do it. So we're blessed to have him in that sense. And Pochettino really likes Gallagher. He gives him the captain's armband a lot and waxes lyrical about him. So I do feel Gallagher will eventually sign a new contract with Chelsea as he enters the final 18 months of his deal. But we will talk about Jackson in just a moment. Let's talk about the wide forwards. We don't have to spend long on Cole Palmer because he's just consistently excellent. Of course, he kind of got the assist for Sterling, but he kind of just sort of let Sterling take it off him. Look, man, he looks great, Cole Palmer. The way he sort of floats around and, gets... Not bad for it. He doesn't, throw strops like Bruno Fernandes, but he makes these passes that his teammates aren't just picking up. That we're not... clued in enough, maybe we don't have the quality, maybe the chemistry is just not developed yet, but there's a lot of occasions where he makes good, creative, correct passes and they're not, seized upon by other Chelsea forwards. But he's great, man. He's defensively, he looks just like a Guardiola player out the box, doesn't he? Like a Guardiola squad player that's good. And it's the fact how they could do it without him just showed you how good they are, but for us, it's yes, please! Absolutely. And to be fair to the kid, he's clearly wearing it well. I'm a senior player in a big 6 club now, the only team in London with a European Cup ting. And he's happy to be here and it's just suiting him. So we don't need to speak too much about Cole Palmer, except he's very, very good. Raheem Sterling is one of the most frustrating footballers I've seen play for Chelsea, and that is a long list of professional footballers because he can be the most frustrating player and then he can turn on. The thing is, I think he consistently wants to play hero ball, Sterling, when personally I don't think he's that guy. He's not Eden Hazard, but he wants to play hero ball and 1 out of 3 times it comes off, which might not be the worst return in the world, but these other times when, the 66% of times when it just breaks down, you get really frustrated. I know you're a senior player, 28, in a sea of children, and you want to be that guy, but, if you're not going to do it properly, make the pass and let's do some combinational play and stop, trying to take everything on yourself. But then he does it. And not only did he score the goal, it was a good finish, taking it off Cole Palmer correctly because he was in a better position to shoot and scoring a great goal. And then, dribbling past loads of them again. Yes, granted, the games where he's shone are against Luton at home, Burnley, who at the moment are in really out of sorts when he was involved with all 4 goals against Burnley, and now Blackburn at home, and even now it was only a half of football. So look, great, it's great that you can do that and we're through and scoring some goals. Firstly, I want to see you do it against a bigger team, and secondly, you are frustrating, mate, because at times you just need to pass it. But then again, he's 28. He's not done. He's got time. If he settles, if the team gets better around him, I've said it before, I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. in a better side, Sterling would do better, because I think he'll stop playing hero ball. I think he'll still be gaining the license to be a little bit more expressive than he would be in a Pep Guardiola system, but he's a very frustrating player. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And yeah, we've got to talk about Nico, man. He was a shock. I was shocked to see him start, Nico Jackson. We did have Washington on the bench. I thought Washington would start. He didn't even come off the bench. It was Nico until it was Cole pushed up there. But he just looks so devoid of confidence. Like at the beginning of the season, he wasn't scoring goals. He scored like a couple goals at the beginning, and you think, oh, just one more goal or two more goals of those sitters that you missed. Was it Forrest when he missed that absolute sitter? How did he score that? And the conversation would be totally different because he's doing all the other stuff really good. He's making good runs. You know, I am oversaturated with football content. I listen to loads of football podcasts, you know, obviously Match of the Day, some YouTube stuff, and I lots of people, non-Chelsea people, were waxing lyrical about Nico Jackson at the beginning of the season, saying, yeah, he scored a goal, he could do one or two more, but I like the look of him, I like the look of how he's moving, he's got that swagger, he can combine, he's causing problems for the opposition, and it's all gone. Not only is he like not continued scoring, but all that stuff that we were praising him for that made Chelsea look a little bit tasty, that was all gone. It's just all gone. It's clearly confidence. And Pochettino knows it, I think. That's why when the fan gave him a bit of grief, he was like, shut up, he's already on the edge. But, like, I understand why he started in this game, but after that performance, he's going to feel worse than better, I think. He looked like really, really upset coming off. He just looks really out. He just looks so out of confidence. He's a young guy. He's 22. But I know you could say same age as Erling Haaland, and Haaland's been like scoring goals forever. But you know, there's not Erling Haaland's everywhere. You know, he's a converted winger from La Liga, and you know, ended last season in form. And I don't know. I feel like he needs to find out who he is as a footballer. That's like, especially in the Prem. You know, settle on his sort of identity and what he believes to be himself to be as a profile, and then he can settle, because he looks just, there's too much pressure on him as well. Anyway, 2-0, clean sheet, Arsenal and United out. I'm just going to quickly check that before I end the video, because I'm going to look like a complete mug if that is indeed not the final score. And so yeah, Arsenal are eliminated. 10 minutes to go. Man, you're 3-0 down at home. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. I'll be very, very interested. I'm feeling good. We're through the next round. We've got a good chance to win this competition. Lots of work to be done still, of course. So yeah, make sure you turn the bell on when you sub, and I'll see you guys back here very soon. Peace.